Hey fellow time travelers, it's Future Boy here, back again, this time with a very special unboxing episode. I've got two brand new boxes here from Entertainment Earth that house the new Back to the Future Part 2 ReAction figures, and I'm really excited to tear into these. But before we do that, I want to get us up to speed with everything that's been out so far with the ReAction figures. Starting with the line that came out in 2014, that includes Biff Tannen. These are all 3 3/4 inch action figures. Good to see a little representation from Biff. We've got, this is a unique one to me because I feel like Crispin Glover and George McFly are pretty underrepresented, especially because of some of the bad blood that occurred with Crispin Glover and the shooting of the first movie and the subsequent sequels that left him out. There's a great little detail with his shirt hanging out from the first movie and his awkward hair. And of course we've got Doc. This is great because it comes with a little accessory that the others don't. He does have his tool pouch and the remote control for the DeLorean. Very fun. And of course, couldn't be complete without Marty McFly. And he also comes with an accessory of his skateboard, Purple Madrid, even though it doesn't have that branded. Again, these are from 2014. Up until now, this was all we had from the ReAction figure collection. I did happen to find an alternate version, this Japanese version that includes Einstein with Marty, which couldn't pass up. This came in a cardboard box, so not really sure if it's actually in there, but I like the package nonetheless. I think that's a cool addition to the collection. Side note, these 3 3/4 action figures were not designed necessarily to go with these specific scaled down DeLoreans, but I happen to have the Welly versions of these DeLoreans here. I believe the Welly says it's a 1/24th scale, and it's pretty darn good. Not exact, obviously, but you know, you could just about fit one of these guys in the driver's seat here. So that's kind of fun. At least it's good for display. There's a lot of DeLoreans and replica toys out there, so I'm sure somebody maybe in the comments could tell me exactly which one fits these 3/4 figures the best. You know, I've seen some like this that are just the DeLorean's a little too small. I've definitely got some that are a lot too big. Certainly they're not going to fit in these Matchbox style, but I think this is pretty great for display. So now that we've got up to speed with everything that's come out up until now, let's get on to the good stuff. I've got 2 boxes. For some reason, they sent 5 action figures within 2 boxes. So let's just choose one and get to it. This is exciting. I get these from Entertainment Earth. This is not a promotional plug. This is just where I happen to get all my Back to the Future toys. They've got a great selection. They're pretty close to me here in Los Angeles. So, okay. Okay, well there's some product placement right there for you. Entertainment Earth, you're welcome. Thanks for the catalog. I'm sure I'll be ordering more stuff from you in the future. But let's get on to the matter at hand. Okay. Biff Tannen. Very cool. Once again, these are 3 3/4 figures. This whole series is specifically featuring Back to the Future Part 2 because they covered Part 1 in the series from a couple years ago. We've got a line that we're going to go over right now, I believe, which is all these from Part 2, and it looks like we've got some additionals coming from Back to the Future Part 1. These we kind of already covered, so I'm kind of curious if these are going to be new versions or if these are just representing what they already gave us a couple years ago. So to be continued. This is pretty great. Once again, we do get a little accessory, and this is pretty excellent detail. In the pit bull, you've got the little jet engines here and all the flair. Yeah, cool detail in Griff's costume too. The little cod piece and the boots, excellent. Dual color glove. This is a lot of detail that I think you don't even really notice in the movie. The hat, excellent. Yeah, great attention to detail on this. Man, I'm actually pretty impressed. Let's move on to, okay, you recognize this guy. They call this Future Marty. Obviously, we can see why. He's got the self-lacing shoes, a self-adjusting jacket, of course the lenticular hat, and another accessory. Excellent. Unbranded, but it does represent the pink hoverboard, classic, iconic. It does have the magnetic discs on the bottom. No Nike swoosh, of course, which seems to be pretty standard with a lot of these toys. But that's cool. I love that the pockets are out. I feel like they couldn't have done it. They couldn't have really gotten away with it without doing that. This is, again, a great attention to detail. Yeah, I love it. It does it all. Okay, another McFly being represented here, another version of Marty. They call this 50s Marty. Obviously, this is his inconspicuous outfit that he chose and bought with Doc's 1950s money. Another accessory. I like how this series is really chosen to include accessories, unlike half of the original ones. Cool attention to detail, once again. Shades, lots of zippers, walkie-talkie. 50s Marty. Cool. All right, box 1 done. Box 2. See what else we got here. It always feels like Christmas when we get stuff like this in the mail. And that's okay by me. This one's extra packed this time. See, okay. Excellent. This is a really fun choice by them, I gotta say. Once again, I mean, Biff not always being represented, especially with the Funko Pops and just in general, I feel like it's always Doc and Marty. So the idea that they've gone all in with the Biffs or the Griffs and various versions of Biffs, but this is such a fun, not necessarily iconic, but just everybody who loves the franchise, they know exactly what you can do and what you can, you know, the kind of role-playing with your toys that you can do with this. And, of course, it comes with the Sports Almanac that this alternate version of Biff Tannen had in his safe in the alternate 1985. He just got out of the hot tub with a couple of floozies. He's in his robe. He's trying to shoot his stepson Marty. He's got some nice looking slippers on too. That's fun. The only thing that this needs to go with it is a red shirt version of Marty. But who knows? Maybe somebody out there will make a custom version. But that's the alternate version of Biff Tannen. They just call it Biff Tannen. We've known many different versions of Biff Tannen. And of course we know this guy. They call this one Future Doc. Of course they've got regular, quote-unquote, regular Doc in the first series. And of course pretty iconic costume from Back to the Future Part 2. Another prop or accessory that this one comes with. His binoculars that he uses to scope out Marty Jr. on his way to the Cafe 80s before he uses the sleep-inducing algorithm generator. Got the classic silver shades, transparent tie, both watches, of course. I love it. And again, representing all the stuff that we just went over. Really looking forward to seeing what these look like when we get these in person. Now these are all from the ReAction figures line, this time around from the company Super 7. And I think they're killing it. I'm really looking forward to the next ones. Before I wrap this up, I do have to mention a special version that was floating around online, and supposedly a Comic-Con exclusive that was going for a lot of money, that then miraculously I found on the FYE website, and I can barely even fit it in frame here. Look at this incredible packaging that they granted to us here. I mean, everybody loves to keep their action figures in a box, at least everybody that's like us, the Uber collector, and they've just gone all in to give us this really impressive bitchin' ode to the hoverboard. Really oversized box. Here we can compare it here. Now, of course, this is the same future Marty that we have in this package right here. Same figure, but man, look at the difference in this box. This is uber ridiculous, but in a good way. I love this. I barely have room for this in the frame, barely have room for it in my collection shelf because it's so big, but I don't care. I want more stuff like this. Super 7 and all the people at ReAction, yeah, give us more stuff like this. You've nailed it on the head. You know what we want. Not a lot of detail of coming attractions on here, but this is it. This is I don't even know what to say. It speaks for itself. It's a bitchin' recreation of the hoverboard on a package. This is the kind of stuff that, I mean, I was 6 and 10 when the original movies came out, and of course, like everybody, dreaming of hoverboards. And I dreamt of having toys like this. I never understood why Universal and Mattel or Kenner never came out with something like this. And I guess better late than never. I mean, you're never too old to, you know, be a nerd and play with these toys like us. This is a dream come true. So I'm super happy with this stuff. I'm sure you guys will be as well. I'm really looking forward to phase 2 of what they're going to release. Hopefully by the end of this calendar year, we'll find out. But in the meantime, keep your eyes out for this. Again, I'll put a link to this where I found it in the comments below. But yeah, don't pay the outrageous eBay fees. You should be able to find this out there. And this is absolutely one for the collection. Really appreciate you guys watching. I'm sure you're as excited as I am for this stuff. So stay tuned. We'll do more videos like this. Let me know what you think of these in the comments. And we'll keep unboxing and doing more videos in the future. And I'll talk to you then.